Enhancing war abilities. In essence, that's what the Combat Readiness Training Center in Gulfport is all about. To get them ready for war, military men and women preparing to deploy across the globe do large-scale training exercises there. Megan Gray got an inside look.
With 160 full-time military and civilian employees, the Combat Readiness Training Center has an annual economic impact of $65 million. It's one of only 4 CRTCs in the nation. But what is perhaps most impressive about the facility is the technology it hides inside.
We're kind of well-kept secret. We're trying to change that.
Whether it be Army, Navy, Air Force, active duty reserves, or the Coast Guard, the Combat Readiness Training Center caters to all branches of the military, making them combat ready.
And we are a joint accredited facility, and that's not easy to obtain. But we are accredited to train across the spectrum.
Colonel John Ladner, or as they call him, Haas, is the commander, and he is proud to say what we have here in Gulfport is something very few places can offer.
We have some of the best airspace anywhere in the nation to train in. We have a great airspace over the water and over the land up at Camp Shelby, where they can go to use their air-to-ground bombing range or our salt strip, or fly right out of here and use the combat training system, which is much like you saw at Top Gun.
Yes, just like the movie, those training missions out over the Gulf are all air-to-air combat missions, fighter pilots engaging in battle.
I feel the need for speed. Ow!
For the real-life fighter pilots, every second of the mission is monitored through pods like this, part of the P5 combat training system.
This is the latest and greatest technology out there. It's for pilot training purposes. And we load them on any kind of fighter jet that is capable of carrying a missile.
It may look like a missile, but inside is a highly sophisticated computer used to record everything from altitude and airspeed to heading orientation, even the direction of the sun.
And they can watch it while it's happening or after the fact, once they come back. And they're not limited to just where they're at. They can fly this anywhere worldwide and take the information off of what's recorded, download it into a computer, and replay it.
Jazz 1, Tally 1.
Well, this is where it all comes together. All the data from the aircraft is collected here.
Training officers on the ground can monitor their pilots' maneuvers as it's happening.
Bullseye 11063, 26,000. Red Eagle hostile.
Here, we're watching F-15s over the Gulf, 4 aggressors and 2 defenders.
In this view, we can actually not only look at it from a God's eye perspective, but we can do a 3-dimensional perspective.
The video play-by-play looks a lot like a video game. With it, pilots get a detailed look at the missions they fly.
Yeah, they may want to see, let me see a chase view of this aircraft, or let me see a heads-up display view from this aircraft.
And we can go into the other aircraft as well.
And they can critique themselves. They can see what they did right, and they can also see areas of improvement.
The CRTC in Gulfport was the first to receive the P5 training system, and with an estimated 96,000 missions flown each year, this base is a leader in training pilots.
Our combat training system is number 3 in the world in utilization, behind Red Flag, which is out at Nellis, much like, again, Top Gun, but for the Air Force, and I believe it's Alaska range. But we're number 3 and catching up quickly.
It means that our pilots become the greatest fighting force in the air in the world. It makes all the difference that they have this kind of training.
You'll see more of that bomb training tomorrow night as I take you to the air-to-ground bombing range at Camp Shelby. By the way, another interesting note about our CRTC, it serves as a hub for the P5 combat training system. If units can't come here to use our Gulf range for training, our CRTC brings the training to them. They maintain 180 pods that can be shipped across the country.